Hey my people, it's Modesta Megan Maguni from Modesta.Africa. Listen, I just had a conversation with my business partner, and as we were thinking about how to develop what we're doing, we're thinking about, well, the business is not the entirety of who we are and what it is that we want to accomplish. How then do we engage in growing this thing larger than life, much greater than who we are and what we're capable of, without infringing on our time, on our commitments, family, impact. And one of the things that came out, and again, this is something you guys have heard me talk about, and I want to bring it over today as well, is clarity. So being so very clear about who you are, where you want to go, and how much impact you want to have outside of your career, outside of just your business, makes it very clear what kind of business you want to run, what kind of employment terms you want to work under. It was so clear to us that we both wanted to have time not shackled to the business, very clear that we cannot compromise our family responsibilities, very clear that we want to do greater things on the continent of Africa and in the diaspora, and so being shackled to this business would get in the way. And therefore we started looking at, okay, so if she's got her own thing going, I have my own thing going, I have these two areas that I would like to position myself in. These are like the ultimates for me that are coming up in this new season, in my life and my service. When that became clear, we started organizing. So we're just working on the partnership agreement. We're speaking to consultants and the team that will be supporting the development of Modesta.Africa, right? It became very clear what kind of structure we want between us, as business owners, what kind of engagement we want when we are, in management initially, and even in our roles on the board and the other board directors that we bring on board, what kind of skill sets, what kind of competencies, so that they can so run the business, so actualize the vision that it will not require us being there 24/7. So I wanted again to point out how absolutely key it is to have clarity, for you to know your purpose, your vision, your values, and those non-negotiable boundaries that I need to live a life that allows me to have peace of mind. I need to live a life where I can actually enjoy my time with my family. I can take time off. I can do something else. Therefore, I cannot give birth to anything that shackles me to it. And also, another reason why it's really important to, first of all, be clear as an individual what it is that you want before you go engaging, whether you're employed somewhere or you started a business or a nonprofit, is if you then are not clear, people, organizations, things will always want more. They will always pull more out of you. And because you're the founder many a times, or because you're the person in this position at work, you want to give your best, and you might find that you get to a point where you're burnt out, where you're resentful, where you feel like I have no life outside of this thing that I'm doing. And so that clarity allows you to say, look, I already know what kind of lifestyle I want to have. I already know what kind of impact. I already know what this season of my life is and what I want to do in the next. Therefore, I will only give this many hours a day, or I will only, engage myself in these areas. And in these areas, I'll get somebody else to support me. It's also really good to do this so that when you're thinking of developing something, you are aware of your limitations as well. Like, I am not going to create anything that requires Modesta to succeed. Otherwise, it will only succeed to the level of my competence, or rather, it will only succeed to the limitation of my ability. And I don't want anything I birth in any place to be limited to my capacity. And so being very clear about what it is I am looking for as an individual, being very clear about what it is I am able to do and how far I'm able to go and give, makes it that much easier to engage in projects, to engage in businesses, to engage in opportunities, with that in mind, and letting everybody know, listen, these are the terms in which I engage. This is how far I can go. I will need other people. I will need a system. I will need this thing automated. I will need this thing, put out on tech so that I am freed up. So whatever it is you're looking to do, or that you are doing, whether that is your business, nonprofit, whether that is you at work and you're looking to climb up higher, it's really, really key to have that clarity of self, first of all, about who you are, where you want to go, on what terms, before you can come in and say what you're giving to the partnership, what you're giving to the business, the nonprofit, what you're giving, to the organization that you work for. So that was a thing that I just communicated with my partner. I am very clear. And imagine, this thing is actually Modesta.Africa, right? So this thing is about what I have started. Yet I was already saying to everybody that I am not going to be held down by Modesta.Africa. And I am Modesta. But I want to be free to do other things that I know God has called me to do. I want to be free to be able to serve. I want to be free to be able to enjoy my life. I want to be free to be able to express other things that God has put in me. And for as long as Modesta is Modesta.Africa, I won't be free, and Modesta.Africa will be limited to Modesta's capacity. And that's the last thing I want for anyone or anything that is ever engaged with me. And my partner also has her business and her things, so she had to be very clear about what it is that her role is, and had to prescribe and set limitations as to how much Modesta.Africa is going to take from her. So I think that's really so very important, that when you're coming in negotiating a situation, when you're coming in, whether you're negotiating terms because you're going to be employed somewhere, or you're negotiating your engagement in a business, a venture that you're getting into, a group, an invitation to serve on a board, or something, that you need to be very clear first who you are, what it is that you stand for, how much of you you're going to engage, and have those terms put at the table at the very beginning, so that the others, manage their expectations of you. And they can also speak with you to say, well, look, this is what we were expecting from you actually in this engagement. And so can we meet somewhere? But unless you do that first, the world will always ask for more than you are comfortable to give, than you're willing to give. But it's not anybody else's fault if you feel swallowed up. So like I was speaking to my partner and I was saying, it's not going to be me if you give more to Modesta.Africa than you are ready for, because I can already tell you I am not going to give Modesta.Africa more than I'm ready to give. And I am Modesta, who owns Modesta.Africa, right? And so I said, you need to be very clear, make it clear to me, make it clear to everybody else that we're working with, make it clear even on the construction of the platform that we're putting together that will host this business, that this is what kind of structure we're going to run with, so I can be free. These are the kinds of people we'll engage with. So we were even talking about the level of the partners and the consultants that we will be working with. We're not going to be engaging with a lot of people. We're not going to be having a lot of conversations. We need to engage with partners that are at the strategic level to be able to take on the vision and execute it in their area. And everything that we need as regards that area, they're able to support. And we just have conversations with them as and when absolutely requires, our input. And I was just marveling at that, how freeing it is when you start something, because we often think, well, if you're the founder and you're starting something, you need to give your all. And of course you do. But giving your all doesn't mean that giving your last energy, giving your last dollar, giving your last no. It means I am going to give my all up to the standard, up to the limits, up to the measure that I have purposed to give. It is still my all, but it is my all of that portion I have purpose to give. So when we hear terms like give your all, it's going to take everything out of you, it doesn't literally mean everything from you as a human being, that you're going to die from the sacrifice. No, it means everything you had purpose to invest whether it's a relationship, whether it is an organization, whether it is I don't know, a community initiative, whatever it is, whether it's children, everything you have purpose to invest. When you are at it, you're giving your all. You're fully present. You're fully delivering, but only insofar as your purpose. So it is so key to first purpose in your mind what it is you are going to give, how far you're going to go, and then make sure that is made very clear so that you can engage in conversations, engage in relationships, engage in partnerships, engage in systems and structures that will enable you to be able to serve at the capacity and to the extent that you want to. So I thought to share that with you guys. And having finished that, hi Amadevu, David, Noella, Nuru, who else have I got here? Maria, Hudson, Chris. Having said that, I also want to let you guys know I am about to, now that we're talking about building this platform, Modesta.Africa is going fully online, guys. I am about to host the very last Masterplan class that has me teaching live. After this, you're still getting Modesta, but you're getting Modesta not live. You're getting Modesta pre-recorded. You're getting Modesta in a box. So if you had been thinking about improving the way you've been delivering in your work or your business, if you're thinking of establishing greater boundaries so that you're not shackled to the thing you're engaged in right now, but you're able to build something that that is sustainable, something that can run 24/7, especially making you money 24/7 without you having to physically be present all the time. Or if you really just want to have clarity about what it is that you do want to do in your career and business, and how you can go about creating an offering, whether it's your personal brand, whether it is a product or a service that you offer, putting something together that is able to allow you to align work and life, that allows you to participate in other things other than this thing that you've created. The Masterplan Class is for you. We have 10 weeks of really going deep into who am I, why am I here, who am I called to, what am I called to, what kind of values do I want to engage my life on, how can I align the personal and the professional to be able to not just deliver excellence in the marketplace, but to have great impact that goes past my current time, that goes down in history, into legacy. I welcome you to learn more about the Masterplan Class. So you can go to purposeandexcellence.africa/masterplan, learn more about the class, and think of investing in joining us. We're starting class on August 1st. This is the very last Masterplan class. It is the 12th cohort where Modesta shows up live, and I am engaging with the men and women that choose to drive their career and their business results purposefully, that want to do it with impact, that want to do well even as they do good. It's the last time that I show up live. And so if you've ever thought of having a coach that supports you as you go along, thank you so much. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you for the love. Ever thought of having a coach that supports you as you develop in your career, that supports you to get the growth, the transformation, the results that you're seeking, or you want to do that for your business or nonprofit? This is the opportunity to do it in the Masterplan Class. It is both group coaching and individual coaching with me. I show up live for the group sessions every single week. I show up live for the one-on-one that's just you and me. And after that 10 weeks, you come out with a 12-month plan that gives you such clarity on what it is that you want to do in your career, in your business, that gives you clarity on how you can both align your personal, professional, financial, and impact goals, how you can distinguish your brand in the marketplace so that you are the go-to authority in your area, no matter how many other people are in your industry, no matter how many other business or nonprofits are doing things that are similar to you. There's a value proposition. There's a way you do things like only you do that I can help you articulate. And most important of all, show you how, give you the strategies, and help you with the tools and resources to build a system so that what you have set up can be sustainable, so that what you have set up can continue automated, can be having impact, can be bringing in results, can be bringing in revenue, people, can be bringing in the income that you want, even when you're not physically involved in it. So if this sounds like something that you'd be interested in, please either DM me or go to purposeandexcellence.africa/masterplan. It is so important for you to first have clarity as an individual. Guys, I never ever take clients through what they need to succeed in their career or what they need for their business without without first starting with what they need as an individual, who they are, what it is that they're here to do, where they want to go, and on what terms they want to lead their lives. And now when it comes to pivoting to their career or their business, what it is exactly that they want to do and how they want to pursue their market delivery and their market impact in a way that does not compromise them as a person, no compromise the engagements and the commitments they've already made personally. Alrighty, sounds like something you want to do hit me up. Get me on DM or go to purposeandexcellence.africa/masterplan. I would absolutely love to work with you. I look forward to hearing from you. You can also email me. So some people come on and say, hey, Modesta, okay, I saw the fee. Is there a payment plan? Yes, we also do payment plans. So go to info@purposeandexcellence.africa if you'd like to send me an email to find out about, engaging on the Masterplan class, and especially if you would like to do a payment plan. All right. Take care, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday and midweek. I'll catch up with you on the next live. Bye.